Okay. What was that? It's alerting me that I am going live, which I am, supposedly. Okay. All right, folks. Uh, let's let's have some fun. Let's do a preface play. I don't have anything particular that I want to prep for. All of my Omen Adventure games are prepped. I just need to play them, record them, and I feel a sneeze coming on. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. Dope. Uh, happy fall spring, everybody. Yeah, I have everything needed to go. Just kind of n- uh nailing down the time uh and the space. Oop, got stickers from my live build. Tuck those away. Yeah, just getting the time and uh energy, motivation to sit down and play them and record them at the same time. Obviously, I can just play them without all the set up all the lights, camera, action. But I don't want to do that. I want to, I want this to be a channel about uh, solo role playing and just kind of show a process, not entirely my process because I'm perfectly happy just rolling dice and but yeah, I it's kind of fun, doing this and giving it to the, world to see if they happen upon it. But all that is done, and I wanted to record something. I didn't want to bust out all of my material for Omen Adventures. And I thought I will go through sort of some of the things that I have acquired that aren't directly RPG related. There's some stuff in here that's RPG related, and just flip through it. And I have this big chunky boy. My son absolutely is a fiend for sketchbooks, just to doodle in ideas. And he got one of these big things. It's yeah, it's like about as long as my arm. And well, I had to get one. Kids got to have one, so daddy's got to get one. And I haven't cracked it open yet. And as I've shown before, I love having uh love drawing and writing material that were like, hey soloist, what's up? Uh glad to have you back. Hope you had a good weekend with the fam. So yeah, I got my big sketchbook here. Uh not much of a thanks, appreciate it. Yeah. Hope it's a good dinner. Yeah, I figured I'd flip through some stuff that I have acquired and see if anything inspires me and uh, write something out or doodle or draw for a little bit. I have the Ultimate RPG Quest Keeper right here if like a character or something inspires me. I probably should have saved this for last, but I wound up putting on top. Doesn't this look pretty? Shiny. Oh, yeah. This is Soul Arts from uh Vati Vidya did this, and he is a YouTuber that does uh very good, very narrative uh reviews, kind of lore deep dives, and explanations of the FromSoft video games. Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and uh I don't know what he does, but he has a lot of money, puts on art competitions for, or at least he did. He doesn't upload all that mm, frequently, but granted, what the Elden Ring DLC came out a year ago, 2 years ago, and I think he did a little bit on Night Rain. But he took a whole bunch of art from all those art competitions and put it into a book. And it just so happened that uh, I missed the Kickstarter, but I guess he had a whole bunch of copies left and was doing like a 50% off sale. So I jumped up on that. And it's really pretty. Table of contents, and just kind of the big stuff from all of his art competitions, the prosthetics from Sekiro, uh, boss challenges from Elden Ring, Unseen Lands of Dark Souls, uh, Sixth Arcstone for Demon Souls, Imagining Bloodborne 2, which I'm not entirely sure if it's a meme anymore. Like everybody I know that is kind of in that Soulsborne sort of circle just wants Bloodborne 2. And I never got into the Dark Souls, the FromSoft stuff, uh, for two reasons. First, my introduction to it was from very highly opinionated people on what makes this game great and what should make a game great, and that is its difficulty. I play game great, and that is its difficulty. I played the first bit of Dark Souls 1. It was like at a house party or something, and somebody handed me the controller and I just kept getting wiped and I kept getting made fun of and like, well, this has completely ruined my experience on the uh game. Until a few years ago when I think just before Elden Ring came out, I watched Vati videos, one of his videos, and like, oh my gosh, there's excellent storytelling in this. Like there's very interesting and juicy characters in this, and just going through and hearing and learning about all the lore of like Dark Souls, I became a fiend for it. Like I just had to have more content of Dark Souls, and then onto Sekiro, Bloodborne, and then Elden Ring, which I'm okay with Elden Ring. They could have done without Grumble Ramble Martini's influence, but that's just my opinion. So we're just gonna do a quick little flip through of. I say quick. This thing is thick. Yeah, the art is amazing, and like if I hadn't prefaced that this was like people sending in art for an art competition, I would totally believe that like, oh, this is like concept art that somebody made. This is wild. This is wild. Like one of those chain whip gauntlet. Oh, I could. Oh, that'd be totally cool. Like I'm a big fan of the claw gauntlet as like a melee weapon. Uh, and unfortunately, I always get like, that's so impractical. You should just use a sword. To which I would counter with like, well, at this point, like just use a pole arm because historically those would have been more, you know, effective. But it's called sword and sorcery, not spear and sorcery. Okay, what we got? We got some with Philodora blade? Okay. So has like little bullets on the end of it. Grow, tangle your enemies. That's cool. Oh, this one, like, I didn't realize this had a pullout. Oh my gosh. Hand of the Rising Sun. Oh, so it creates like a hot air balloon. I haven't looked at this in a while, so it's gonna be a lot of oh man. I don't probably because it was a pullout that I didn't. Oh my gosh. Back page is just as cool. Okay. That's cool. Like a little praying mantis claw. Oh, and it even gives the button triggers to for the different moves. Mantis blades. Yeah. By Austin Strout. I did. Oh man, they have something like that in like Cyberpunk too. The oops, bump the mic. The mantis blade arms. Collapsible bow and fan. Oh, that's wicked. Bow arm. Yeah, I could see that. One with a cannon. Yep, yep. Cannons don't belong in fantasy Japan. Like, well, they can. But, like, cannons, firearms can belong anywhere. You just don't need to be a too big a purist about it, or be a purist about it. That is fine as well. You're allowed to do whatever you want at your table. Oh man, I love like that. That just invokes uh like such a cool moment. I think Sekiro might be the one game I know the least about. But I'm a huge fan of uh that Japanese fantasy, uh, which may be good, maybe bad. I grew up on kung fu movies and Mortal Kombat and not being exactly historically accurate or culturally accurate, uh, properly depicted. And I try not to, you know, what am I trying to say? I don't want to be like mean or insensitive about the things that I like in any sort of way. Give me a straight historical, uh, game, movie, book, story from any Asian culture. I'll eat it up, uh, and just take it on its own merits. Mortal Kombat, obviously, it's popcorn entertainment, like based off of culture. And I've heard lots of criticisms about a lot of different things, and I just try not to let it bug me too much. Filipino horror, interesting. Huh. Oh, uh there's like an RPG that came out not too long ago that was heavily Filipino inspired. I'm not remembering the name. It looks so interesting though. Um yeah. Yeah. And anytime I come across like something that is made with good intention to properly portray a culture, uh, especially one that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm always sucked in, especially uh, like African, the Caribbean stuff, just their lores and cultures and mythological figures. Yeah, I'll probably do a not a Google search. I don't trust Google anymore, but I'll do I'm sure I'll be able to find it on YouTube. Oh man, it's gonna take forever just flip through. Like it's gonna be an hour for me just flipping through. Okay, Uh, ooh, kunai harpoon. Yes. I'm a oh, definitely gonna have to find a way to make a character that has that. I think we're just gonna flip forward a little bit. Wow, I've flipped forward to page 50 and we're still in Sekiro. Awesome. This is wicked. This is sort of what I think the soul blade from uh my Ronin game looks like. Has that like a broken blade that just gets reforged. I forget what it's called, where they like repair things with like gold. Uh, Elden Ring boss challenge. Okay, a little bit of pixel art here, a little uh Yggdrasil, like a sentient tree giant. Oh, oh, I love bird enemies. I'm not a fan of bird folk as playable characters. Uh, that's just my own silly bias that I wouldn't ever dare enforce on anybody else. It's just uh, my own little weird thing. We all have our like, I like this, I don't like this. One of mine is bird folk. For some reason, it just doesn't. In my mind, it goes a little too Muppet Treasure Island for my taste. Puppet King. Oh yeah, let's have a big sickle. Forest Guardian. Oh, that's cool. I like the rusting on the armor. Can't roll bird folk either. Yeah, it's and my friend just joined our D&D game and he is an owlin alchemist, but his story is like he was human, lived to an old age, he died, and is reincarnated as a bird folk. And I don't know if he did that to troll us with because he is firmly one of those people that doesn't like I'm an orc who's actually half demon, but I but thinks he's a tabaxi. He's made that joke for years, and now I feel like I can't tell if you're just trolling us with this or if you actually intend to play the character and kind of explore that. Uh, like why people like to play characters like that. Oh my gosh. You got a ring. I can't read runes. Okay, so it's just rune styled, not actual runes. Here we go. Here we go. These are the kind of monsters I like. Because what I like to have in my game is uh the real bad guys are either like a faction, it's the establishment or an exterior civilized force that's trying to, ruin the establishment. Just because I like more of that relatable human story, like it's not the orcs are evil. Like I hate the fantasy that like evil gods make evil races and they have to be evil. Do not like that whatsoever. Like people are just good or evil by deeds and actions and words and what they say, and it's a creator to just do that, I think, is lazy writing. It shows a lack of imagination, in my opinion. The other my other favorite enemy is like, let's just do something gonzo. Let's do this cycloptic horse with this guy riding on it, and it's just monstrous. Make the monsters monstrous. Oh, more giants. That right there. This piece of art. I love the chains, the cut into the cliff. Someone's being suspended from them. Oh, it's like oh, I can't tell if that's, like, they're being tortured or if they're actually, like, trying to hold this together. This is beautiful. That gives me an idea for something. A giant with a giant fishing rod. I'm okay with that level of kind of silliness, because it's showing intelligence and culture, like a giant fishing. Of course, like, these guys have to eat. They can't just be eating peasants all day. Uh, giant hook, giant net, giant axe, knight squaring up. Ooh. I do enjoy this style of art when it comes to, like, fey creatures, though. Uh, I don't know the artist. All I can think of is the Michael Moorcock, the Elric books, which I do have a copy of Elric of, Mulnibidae, uh, in my collection. It's an but odd read, but fun read. Fish folk. Oh, that's wild. All right, I think I'm gonna move to the middle, probably come back to this. Okay, now we're getting into Dark Souls. There's the fog. Oh, people have such good talent. Such good talent. That's English. Yeah. Fortress City of Angrand. Ooh, here we go. More giants or large folk. Mirrodin Temple. This is the kind of fantasy that I like. Like, we can have, historically accurate, Mott and Bailey castles all day, every day. I like it when it gets a little wild like this. When you can see roots or vines coming in, either overgrowing it or helping support it. You know what? I didn't bust this out for no reason. I just don't want to hit my mic when I do this. I wonder if I can tip it up. Nope, that ain't gonna work neither. The microphone's gonna get hit regardless. Okay, further away is smaller. That's right. I did take art classes. Not like formally. I got to take them in my public education system. Which, for what it was worth, uh, was good enough. Taught me perspective, uh, shading, which I never got good at, uh, space, not space. What the heck do they call that? Yeah, space, I think. Like how to fill up and area of the page. I don't want to make it too terribly similar. That's not the point. The point is to be inspired. And I already screwed up where the light source is, but that's okay. I'm not entering this into a competition anytime soon. I better look back at chat. Trigger demonic creatures that wreak havoc. Yeah. So I'm making it some runic language. I have tried my hand at linguistics, and it is definitely not for me. I am not. That is not my forte. Uh, but definitely, I think maybe like ciphers and stuff like that. I'm a little bit more comfortable with. Oh, if you ever want to, I'm not going to say trick a player that knows like a learn like all the language feats or something like that. Was it like Eyes of the Runekeeper, or there's like a 5e spell? Anybody with that kind of thing that they just know all the languages. What I do is have them discover a language that it's in a writing that's unintelligible, or that they don't know. Like, oh, I'm gonna use this to figure it out, and just like it's gibberish, just like somebody just made squiggles on a piece of paper, and everybody thought it was like ancient text needing to be deciphered. I think we're gonna have some sort of crazy little doodad at the top. For a funny doodad at the top, that's not bad. Here, I'll try to hold it up for the camera a little bit and bump the mic. Of all the lights on, it's completely washing out what's on the paper. All right. All right, so we've got some sort of like mountain temple. It's right up here. I'm going to do one more page and then move on to other things. Ooh, it's like an undersea thing. I haven't done a lot of like undersea adventures. I think mostly because people like to get hyper rules specific about how underwater combat should go. And, the complication with, breathing underwater and things like that. People really love to dig into the minutia of that. And it just turns into not fun for me. Might have to take a crack at something. Okay, so that was Souls Arts. I'm just streaming for 30 minutes. That ain't too bad. I'm gonna set this off to the side back here. All right, I got this for Christmas some years ago. The Encyclopedia of Secret Signs and Symbols. Uh, because when you don't know what to get somebody for Christmas, just get them something weird. They will use it eventually, and that is what is happening now live on stream. You know what? I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it. How many pages do we have? We have 558. Let's see. 558. Okay, so we'll use a D6. And then all of my D10s have sunk to the bottom of the box. Okay, so D6, ones are going to be our zeros, going all the way up to 5, which will be the 6. And we'll just turn to a page. We play where it lay. 494. Oop, here we go. Bone. Is there a preface to this? The body as a sacred map. Okay, well. Oh yeah, I remember when I was first started with Gundam and I tried to draw them and I had no idea about like human form or anatomy. I would just be drawing boxes and stuff like that. And this one has a big gun and this one has a scythe. All right, I'm gonna write this over here, make it look like a little bit of written text. Body as a sacred map. There's an A before the P. What do we get here? Bone. As well as giving structure to the body, bones survive for a long time after death. And I would like, I think that very symbolic. Old ruin, surviving long after their death, and so are imbued with magical properties. Symbolically, bones carry the essence of the creatures that they were once part of, and there's a curious but relatively common belief that somehow or another, in fact, an intact set of bones can be remade into a living body. Okay. Bone. Hmm. Bone. What's left behind. I'm gonna bookmark this one with a handy 3x5 index card, which I always have. Let's do another one. Map of someone's. Yes, tattoos as a map. That sounds great. I really like the concept of like magical tattoos. All right, 329. Oh shoot, I think that was kind of the MacGuffin in Waterworld. The girl had like the map to dry land tattooed on her back, but it was actually done upside down. I like that. You know what? I'm gonna write that down on the note card. Why do I write it down? Because it's inspiring. All right, 329. Belladonna, broom, chamomile. What are these? Flora. Okay. The concealed wisdom of the plant kingdom. Okay, let's do a little bit of random. Do a D3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. Broom. Because the broom shrub has long straight branches with lots of similarly long straight shoots that point the same direction. Broom. Put that down. Broom. What is it called? Broom shrub. Oh. Just leave that there. I think something's coming to mind with this. Body is a sacred map. Bones, what's left behind. And we've got broom brush. Maybe tall shoots. And there's like a little hole in that, and there's broom shoots coming out. Huh. I just got really quiet there all of a sudden, I guess, as I muttered to myself. All right, so secret signs and symbols. Let's just do a holy grail. I think we all know what that is. We've seen the Monty Python movie. Yeah, magical cup. There's lots of Christian folklore involving the Holy Grail, and I don't think it's particularly a unique thing to the Christian faith to have a chalice or container of significance. Which is a overflowery way of saying that I'm going to rip it off and don't care. All right. I'm not entirely sure why I pulled this book. This is a Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game. The Game of Thrones edition. I don't know what sets it apart from other things other than I got this after Game of Thrones came out on HBO. It's from Green Ronin Publishing. I really love their stuff. I think their stuff needs to be featured a heck of a lot more. I got this for my wife. She before she was my wife. We were still just dating at the time, and she flew all the way out from North Carolina to come see me. I think it was for the first time, and we were at a game store in a city that's like 2 hours away from where I live, and we had been getting into the A Song of Ice and Fire book. I got her into it because I read the Song of Ice and Fire books while I was living out of my car for a time. And so the Song of Ice and Fire books is a big part in my relationship with my wife and therefore my life. But this was really interesting for the I can't say I recommend playing it. It's it does the fantasy of uh owning land, being a knight. It does, I guess you could call it historical fantasy. Even I would not attribute A Song of Ice and Fire to anything historical. It is War of the Roses fan fiction, which in itself is a fan fiction of the actual events. But yeah, you can play as like squires. You can play as a uh, minor house under the uh, established lords. Be an anointed knight, an heir, godsorn, maester, which is kind of like a sage and cleric all together. Hedge knight, retainer, noble, squire, scout. Oh man, where is it? Here, the random uh roll tables for this are really fun. Like rolling to start out at your age, I think is really cool. And like as you get, like if you roll very old, uh what is it? You get pretty much you can get more starting abilities. It you don't gain any as you keep playing or like as you level up. But it has things like roll background events for your house, mottos, virtues, vices, uh there we go, ability experience and maximum starting rank in something. That's what it was. You can start off with a higher rank in a different skill. Age and destiny points. Like in the beginning, like if you roll young, you have 7 destiny points and have maximum benefit of 3. I like that odd little bit of element in a role playing game. Like if you play an old character, you should come with some sort of benefit for existing that long and learning. Oh, where is it? I'm probably way a ways from the house stuff. Yeah, I just really like the tables. Yeah, it goes really into the anatomy of a shield coat of arms. Like chevron, indented, uh the different colors, what they mean, ermine, uh vert, green, perbend, the different uh elements of the field. I find it interesting. I don't necessarily find it fun to go terribly much into it. I'm When it comes to that, I'm much more of a, say it and move on sort of person. All right, I think that's enough for this. I like coming back to it just to look uh at the different tables. I love the idea of playing in a game where it's, you know, medieval fantasy, like higher level than just, adventurers where you're actually running a like a small kingdom or something like that and have to interact with the, other kingdoms around you, maybe hire adventurers or mercenaries. uh because like if you're king of a kingdom and a dragon shows up, nobody's going to let the king go kill the dragon themselves. Like you don't understand. You're the person in charge. You die, it's going to be chaos. Hire somebody to take care of it. All right. This I did pull up intentionally, and it is The Way of Wizards by Tom Cross, who I know nothing about other than made this book. I want to say it was my no, this was actually a Christmas gift. My grandmother gave me this, not this exact copy, I am not sure what happened to the original copy that I got all those many Christmases ago, but I'd always wanted to find another copy of this because this is another artsy book. I don't think this has any like specific world or realm uh other than what contains in here. And there's a little story that goes through, like a narrator that talks about this interpretation of magic and stuff, and it enraptured me when I was uh like I think I got this when I was like 10 or 11, so around my son's age. Just the wild art about it, where it looks looks like a photograph and then just like heavily edited. uh oh and uh Pinello. Yeah, Pinello's the wizard that kind of uh talks you through everything. One of the principal axioms of wizardry states that one is as one does. Yeah, so this isn't like a new age sort of wizard magic sort of thing. It's I kind of put it in the vein of uh at least what comes to my mind, like Lady Hawk or Princess Bride. Like this is fantasy, but there's like an art and story in it. What is a wizard? Origins, utensils, the magic circle, and sort of showing all the elements of it, the crossroads of the realms, the pool of forever. In the center is the magic box, the cave of names, the borders between separating all this, the hall of beards, the university of wizardry, the wizard council, uh, fire, water, air, earth, the elements. It just kind of has a wild art. Yes, very nostalgic. I'm gonna do something that I rarely do. I'm gonna go try to check the when was this? When did this come out? 2001. Written and illustrated by Tom Cross. 2001 by Tom Cross Incorporated. I'm gonna have to see if this guy did any more stuff, because it was probably like I got this, and I believe I got Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Om, and it was just kind of like a wild ride of fantasy. And I think like Lord of the Rings came out that fall. There's like different fairies, the secret society of fairies, fairy princesses. I'm pretty sure if I were to show this to my daughter, she'd just go absolutely gaga for it. Wizard of Earth, elf locks, knotted and tangled morning hair. That was as neat as could be when retiring to bed the night before. That definitely describes my daughter. Little elf cups. Merfolk. The hat, a wizard's hat, is very important. And just kind of like the small details that wind up in here, like little fairies, the stars, the little bit of jewelry. Um, if it had not come out in 2001, just kind of like the level of spontaneous things in here, I would almost think or suspect it was AI art. But no, all of this is done intentionally, because there was no AI art back in 2001. Oh, if I could go back. Fun and games, storytelling. I love the different interpretations of magical societies. Uh not like Harry Potter, where it's a secret society for reasons that make sense in the story if you don't think terribly hard about them. but just how a society actually is structured and functions with magic. It's powerful, it's rare, it's dangerous, it's, specialized. Anyone can do it. Only certain people can do it. Only certain people are allowed to do it. Illusions. The witches. Which I do have to say, just kind of coming back from Koriko, which I will probably do tomorrow. I'll do a round of Koriko. Going from witches as a gender agnostic, because I don't consider it gender neutral. I think it just doesn't care about gender the way people are trying to present it. Going to that from it just being a female wizard, the uh, sexual denotation or distinction between a woman who casts spells and a man who casts spells, that has been very odd for me to do. But it doesn't make me uncomfortable. It's just one of those things I hear witch like, oh, female wizard. Uh, I guess it shouldn't be terribly odd for me. Other like I don't say like a wizard. I'm like, oh, that's just a male witch. Both can be the same. All right. I think that's gonna be the end of the live stream. It is 8 o'clock. We've gone through we've gone through memory lane down far enough. Got a little bit inspired. I got a temple of bone and a broom shrub to work on. Yeah, this is fun. Uh yeah, thanks for stopping by, chatting. I will what I want to do is talk to my wife about it is I want to get a monitor to put over there so I can watch what's going on rather than having to look back down at my laptop, which is right there. So hopefully that'll come in the future, and I'll be able to see chat a little bit better. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and video on demand, people. Thank you for watching. If nothing else, I hope you got to see some cool art, some cool ideas. Maybe you're inspired. Maybe go check out uh, the Way of the Wizards. It's probably somewhere on the internet. Souls Arts too, very cool. Check out Vati Vidya's channel. If you're into Soulsborne lore, he's got a magnificent voice that sometimes I will put on just to get to sleep. Yeah, a little bit of prep is play. It's got some wheels spinning for other things that I can add to in Omen. And we'll catch you next time. Catch you later. End stream. Ah, it's that button.